So one day we we went to the bus stand. There's somewhere we call bus stand in my school there. It's a park where you have buses that convey students to their lecture location. So then we had the permanent site of the school campus and we had the temporary site. Usually the bus park is at the temporary site rather. So we moved from temporary site to the permanent site. So one day, I remember it was, I think we were having exams, yes. So we were running. The exam was dated, I think, 9 a.m. So everybody needed to meet up. And then when we got to bus stand, the buses were not enough. Just had like, I think, one or two buses and people were much. So the driver was like, hold on, I've not started loading. So he said, okay, form a queue, you guys can enter. Which queue? We are looking at time. If we stay or we wait on that queue, we would go late for the exam. So what happened? Everybody started struggling to enter the bus. So I remember there's this guy. This was in 100 level then. And the guy was on the queue. Oh boy, move now, move, go, go. He said, no, we have to wait. Another bus will come. These things are done gradually. I said, really? Me, born and brought up in Lagos, I ran to the bus, the back tire. I put my right leg there. Then from the window, I jumped inside and I was inside the bus. And then my fellow comrades, those of us who came in Lagos, like, hey, we're done, hey. Deep down, making the do space, man. And then before you know, the bus got filled and we moved down to exam halls. The guy came later, but then he came late. Yeah, he came late for the exam. So after we had our papers, we met outside and we are having conversations. How did you write? Was it tough? Was it okay? And all that. Then one of us remembered, say, oh boy, why were you moving like this thing? You need to be agile. He said, no, I don't know why people just think we are too rough now. You would have waited. And they like, I said, eh? Then he said, well, that at Enugu where he grew up, he said, oh, no wonder. He said, yes, things are done orderly. You don't need to stress yourself. You just wave the bus driver and he stops and you now enter and you're looking at him. I said, because it's not like that. To 4 a.m., you are up. In short, from your house, you are rushing. You get to the bus stop, the conductor doesn't have your time, the driver doesn't have your time. Like Oga enter and the bus is still moving, you have to jump or fly inside the bus. Especially when there's scarcity of the bus. You have to jump. So everything in Lagos is rush, rush, rush. You need to be agile, you need to be street smart, you need to be this. But in Enugu, according to what he told me anyway, was that everything there is done in a gentle manner and you know that. So you can see how our different environments have shaped us, shaped our thought pattern. The guy from Enugu believes he has to follow things little by little, no rush. But the guy from Lagos said, no, 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 you have to rush to get what you want. That is the environment we have found ourselves in. And then it has shaped our thoughts. So we think everything we do we need to do it in a hurry. You need to read, do it quickly. You need to eat that. You need to move from here to here quickly. If you have a task, be quick about it. But then they feel you need to take your time, one after another, rest, have some time. So you see that the environment where you find yourself in has a major role to play as per your thoughts. Sometimes it is necessary to move from your environment to a new environment so that you see how things are done there. Because we sometimes desire to achieve certain things. We want to see certain things happen in our lives. We want to fulfill certain tasks. We want to achieve so many goals and all that. But then we keep trying and we don't get results. It is possible that the environment where you are presently does not have enough, will I say, resources to make you think in the right direction, think about the right solution, think about the right people to meet so that you can achieve those goals. So it is important you move from one environment to another to see how this environment operates. All right. Remember, God told Abraham, move from your father's house, move from your kindred, and move from your country to the land where I'll show you. In other words, leave your family environment, the environment of your family. Leave the environment of your kindred. Leave the environment of your country. Now, I'm taking you to a new environment. That is where you can now understand. There are certain thoughts that have stayed with you all these years. And for the plans I have for you, and for the purpose I want to fulfill through you, these thoughts cannot bring that plan to fruition. So what did God do? He needed to move him out of his environment to a new environment. So the issue of environment is critical. If there are certain realities you want to see in your life, some of us are products, or let me use the word victims of our environment. We don't want to change it. We want to see results, but we don't want to move. We want to stay in a particular environment. We think the same thoughts, same patterns. Everything is just there, and we expect new things. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Sometimes, or most times, you need to move. In fact, every time you need to move. Move to somewhere new. Learn something new. See something thought. How did he reason? How did he reason? It helps you, navigate certain things. Now, if you bring that Enugu guy to Lagos, I bet you he will be so uncomfortable the first 3 to 6 months. He wouldn't even know how to wake up very early. Because he'll tell you, wait now, it's not just from here to here. He doesn't know the Lagos hold up. There's hold up, there's traffic jam. Lagos is hold up, it will hold you up there. And if you move me to Enugu, like here is too dull, it's too dull. But there are certain principles I would have to learn. There are certain things I'll have to grasp. Likewise, my friend, there are certain things in Lagos you have to learn. So it is important to move to different environments because the patterns that will bring about the realities you seek, they are not in one environment. The success you are vying for, the wealth you are trying to gather, everything is not in one environment. The resources you need to make that happen is not in one environment. And mind you, I'm talking about physical environments. There are mental environments, there are different environments, but now I'm specifically talking about physical environments. So if you need to see some certain realities, I tell you today, move out of this present environment, go to a new environment and see how they think, see how they reason, how do they process things, see how they process their thoughts. Do you get? So I need you to ponder on these words, be intentional, and of course, you will prevail. Cheers.